Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VFG Movie Reviews with your host, Tim Williams.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to VFG Movie Reviews, and this is my show review for The Last of Us. Episode 5, Survive and Endure. Woo, man, this show has an amazing ending. Still kind of not where I don't know. Like, I get the story. The story. The clickers are not the story. But man, I want to see them because the makeup is so beautiful on these guys. But I know the story isn't them. It's Joel, Ellie, and how they navigate this world that is just a hellscape of things. We pick up where we left off with meeting Henry and Sam, with Kathleen and Perry chasing them down. You find out in this episode why they are chasing them down, and Henry killed Kathleen's brother, who's the leader of this group. And they're not a good group. They're not. They literally get this information from these bunch of people, and then they go in and kill them. Like, they're not good. Kathleen and Perry are not. So the whole idea of this is to go into the tunnels under the city and escape the city. They end up running into. I kind of think it's a trap, and stuff ensues where we finally get introduced to a new infected, a bloater, and this is kind of like a tank type creature, infected. So he literally just goes and rips Perry's head off and tears Kathleen apart. And not impervious to bullets, but it takes a lot of bullets to kill these guys. It's very comic book, very video game accurate. I dug this episode, and one of the deepest, darkest scenes in this is at the end of this episode, we find out Sam was bitten and is infected. Ellie takes her blood because she's the cure and puts it in his wound. Stays up with him all night. He ends up getting infected, turning and trying to eat her. And Henry ends up shooting his brother and then shooting him because he just couldn't handle with what he did. And it's such Joel just begging him for the gun and being like, "Come on, give me the gun, give me the gun. Don't do what you're thinking about doing. Just give me the gun." And he does it, and Ellie's reaction to seeing him just blow his brains out. But it also shows the love that Henry had for Sam, and that he couldn't deal with ultimately what possibly to this character. I really loved this episode, and at the end of the episode, they bury Henry and Sam. And on Sam's little kinetic pad, Ellie writes sorry. And you can tell she's turning into a different person, a more hardened person in this episode, and which is awesome. Like, I like the progression, and we're getting there, and the beautifulness of it all. This is just such a hard episode. Like, because, like, what would you do? What would you do? Like, let me know down below. I pass that off to you. What would you do in this case if you had to kill your brother, your baby brother, somebody you took care of? Like, even if it was your son or your daughter, like, how would you deal with that? I pass that off to you. Let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching this show review, and just thank you. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you in our next review.